Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here. Now be sure to watch Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV by subscribing on YouTube and following them on social media for all the latest Leicester City news and information. Come on you foxes!
Hello, fellow Fox fans, and welcome along to Leicester Till I Die TV. It's Friday night, it's 7:30, it's the Opposition View show. Ooh, what happened midweek? They say if you fall off the bike, you should get back on again as soon as you can. I don't think we fell off the bike. I think we absolutely just smashed it into a brick wall on Wednesday night. Just a little game at the weekend, a small matter of the Spurs. So it's Leicester v Tottenham. We're going down. Well, we're not all going because none of us can do, but it's taking place at the new stadium in London, and it's going to be a big old empty game, I'll tell you. But anyway, it's Leicester Till I Die. Welcome along. Hope you're going to enjoy the show. Let us have your views, score predictions, thoughts on the game, what we're going to do different against Spurs than we did against Everton. Are we actually going to get anything from it?
You are watching Leicester Till I Die TV with Chris and Chums. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Pinterest. All you need for everything Leicester City FC. It's Leicester Till I Die TV. Leicester Till I Die. Now available on Spotify.
It is. Not only are we available on Spotify, but if you want to watch us live, you can catch us on YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV. Please press the subscribe button. We're on Twitter, Periscope, at Leicester TID, and Facebook, obviously the Leicester Till I Die group. And just click on that StreamYard. It brings your name up, and we can have a chat and see who we're talking to. Want to catch up with us later because you're busy now or you can't stay? Google, Apple iTunes, Spotify, and Anchor is where you can find us, all on those podcasts after the show. We are, as they say, absolutely everywhere. Now then, Sunday, 2:15, we are away to Tottenham Hotspur. It's on Sky Sports, and I was worried about this game before we played midweek. I could be totally honest with you. I'm pooing it now because we haven't got a very good record against them. But we'll look at that in a bit more detail because it is the Opposition View show. And that does mean that we have got a opposition fan with us, a true spud, as they say. I'm going to bring in Ryan. Not only is he a true spud, he absolutely loves Perez.
Yeah.
Good evening. Oh, that just reminds us. I'm never quite sure how serious you are with that.
No, I did bring up the fact. Would you do a swap deal for Bergwijn right now?
I tell you what, you can have. I'll throw in that show in as well. How about that?
Take it.
God, is he that bad? He must be bad.
Oh,
he must be bad.
Nah, it's just one of them. You know, he at the moment where he's a young player who'll grow from it.
Well, Inacho isn't young. We've been saying that for about 3 seasons, and he hasn't grown at all.
Nah.
But there we go. There we go. That's football for you. Some players do, some players don't. Midweek, week for either of us. Is this the famous Tottenham Hotspur implosion just come a bit early this season?
Difficult to say. I think this game is going to be a really good idea as to where we are, whether we will be challenging Liverpool, because I think Liverpool are still streets ahead. Like I saw Mourinho's pre-match press conference, and he was saying how Liverpool don't have any of these injuries, and you saw that all they were missing was Van Dijk. Really, yes, he's a great player, but they've still got all their big firing guns. You know, Salah, Firmino, you know, done the job on us. But what I've all saying throughout the entire season is I've been waiting to take the Everton defeat out of it, our next defeat, how we bounce back. It's all about, if you look at sides that have always challenged or won leagues, when they lose a game, they'll then go on and win 4 and 5 on the spin. Leicester done it is a prime example when you won the title. Like, I remember when Welbeck got the last minute winner against you.
That is Brad, by the way.
I knew it was Brad.
He loves Perez. I'm going to say, because he's not here, Brad, who does the post-match show with me, absolutely loves Perez. His love for Perez is only outweighed by his love for Iheanacho. I'm sorry about this, mate. We did say we knew there was going to be some stick here. When you say lifelong Spurs fan, I can't help but wonder what insidious crime he must have committed to get such a sentence. Could be worse. You could be an Arsenal fan. Yes. My possible future, I call him my future brother-in-law, but my daughter denies that at the moment. He is a Arsenal fan, and I'm loving life at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it was, like I say, a bad midweek for both of us. Let's get straight to it first of all. Mourinho. I mean, do you love him? Is it? I mean, you got rid of Pochettino, who, let's be honest with you, okay, hadn't really won anything, but he was turning you round.
Do I love Mourinho? I love him at the moment because he's delivering. Apart from Wednesday, I mean, personally, I thought we played better Wednesday than we did against Palace. I thought that was a proper, not going to say it, but it was almost like a team challenging for a titles performance, except we just didn't get the result, which can happen from time to time. Like, we went there, set our stall out, we knew what we were going to do, and apart from a last-minute corner, we had absolutely done everything to what the manager had asked. What Poch had done, yes, it was great, but the cycle had come to an end. And let's just enjoy the ride under Mourinho, see where it takes us.
Had Pochettino sort of taken you as far as he probably could do? Was it one of those? Yeah,
it probably was. I mean, you go back to the Champions League final and you think it's destiny. You know, we had all that luck, getting through the group stage, last group game, the VAR against Man City, the Lucas Moura, the hat trick. You just think it's destiny. It's written in the stars. A bit like Leicester with the title. You're just thinking, is this going to be our Leicester? Yeah. But yeah, again, when we come to the crunch moments, it just sort of fades away. Yeah.
I'm just going to take you out for 1 second, only because you can't see it well, but I want to show you something something I don't think you've probably ever got close to before, but just if you just let me just take you there, if I can get this to work. There we go. Can you just see bottom corner there? That is called the Premier League trophy. Now, one day, you may have heard your great grandparents telling you about these, but it's what happens when you win the Premier League. You get one of those, you see. But I just thought I would show you that. But what is worse? What could be worse than when you've got fans taking the piss of you is to have a distinguished ex-player absolutely bullying you up and saying how good you are and how bad the opposition are, and they're never going to score from a corner, and there's nothing to worry about at all. Wow. Tim Sherwood, what can you say about him?
Ex-manager as well.
Yes, ex-manager
thank
as
God
well.
he only lasted 6 months.
Was that 5-2?
I don't know what he was. I actually, obviously, I wasn't watching it on. I was actually watching the game, so I didn't hear it. But once I saw the clip, I was like,
Yeah.
Why? You're just thinking, only to Spurs that would happen as well.
No, in fairness, it does. I can remember a few seasons ago, Jeffrey Schlupp. I mean, he could run up and down for all he was worth, but he couldn't score in a bottle, as they say. And he came down, and they just brought him on. I'm going like, why have you brought Schlupp on? He couldn't hit the bull's arse from 2 feet away, and literally, as I pressed the send button, he scored. So it does. It happens to the best of us.
And got the equaliser for Palace against Spurs.
Yes, yeah, Mr. Schlupp. One of those. Well, I can't say he plays better once he's left us, because I don't think he has. But he gets the odd goal. But no, I wasn't sorry to see him go. But I mean, I was listening to Talk Sport earlier today, and they were talking about that incident. Talking about Mourinho and Pochettino, which led me to ask you that question. And he said a lot of Tottenham fans, they're not quite as bad as West Ham fans, as in we've got to be the beautiful game, blah, blah. Whilst you are winning, and whilst he's got you top of the league, you will put up with the way Mourinho is playing, because he is playing differently. He is playing more of a defensive game. Keane, his role's changed. He's doing a lot more assists this year than he normally does, and he's back helping out back as well. Is that true? Are you happy? I know you said see where it goes, but are you happy with him whilst you're top?
Of course, the main aim has to be getting back into the Champions League.
Yeah.
Especially right now, COVID, the clubs are going to need the money to get that Champions League money and everything. It's one of them where, yes, he's a proven winner, and that little trophy you've got in the bottom left-hand corner, I would like that down at White Hart Lane come the end of the season, and he is our best chance of winning it, because he's done it. He knows how to do it. He knows how to get the players to do it. He knows how to play in big games, big away games, and he just knows how to get over the line. So
he does, and I think he always strikes me as a manager, not unlike Ranieri, in as much as he'll go in, he'll have a couple of good seasons, and then he'll fall out with everybody and argue, and it all goes tits up. So you got a couple of seasons to win it before that happens. I'm going to say good evening to Matthew, who is in Liège, Belgium tonight. Good evening, Matthew. I thought you were back in Swindon for far too long one night. So it's a game I enjoy playing. Guess where Matthew is? You've heard of Where's Wally? We play Where's Matthew.
Where's Matthew?
Yeah, exactly. You look at Leicester, and the way we fell away last season, and it's a funny season. This we won't. Nobody would deny that, but we've struggled against teams that we should beat. Are you looking at this and thinking it's a home banker?
I am.
Well, no, honestly, that's what we want.
With our record at home to Leicester, there is usually a few goals for us. There's usually goals in our games, to be fair. It's usually... Yeah. I remember the 5-4 at Wembley a few seasons back. Of course, we had last year which I'm expecting a similar thing, where we'll try and get a couple goals ahead, and if we can get that second early on, that'll be game done and dusted, and we'll shut up shop.
I mean, those are our games last season. When we were going well right at the start, and we were beating everybody. We did you 2-1. Coming back in July when we couldn't score in a brothel and beat anybody when we came back, you beat us 3-0. But even in that 3-0 win, we had to get the first goal for you and show you how it was done.
Yeah. I remember that the 2-1 game. Yeah, Son's disallowed goal when we were 1-0 up.
That it shouldn't quite right decision, I thought. He says hiding in his cup.
It's one of them.
It is. I mean, to be honest with you, let's face it, we weren't happy pre-VAR. We're not happy post-VAR. We're fans, you know. We're never going to be happy, are we? You know, it's decisions that go our way are good. Decisions that don't go our way are bad. It has been a good start for you, though. Has it been more like it must have been one of your best starts that you've had for a long, long time?
It's probably the loss at home to Everton. Yes, it wasn't nice to take, but we generally do start seasons, our opening games, quite slowly. So wasn't too surprised with that. But yeah, we've had a good start to the season. It's mad to think that there's only been 13 games and we're in December. Everyone's thinking, well, we should be playing 17, 18 games by now. But it's still, we've only played a third of the season. So you're thinking, and it's generally about this time you sort of know where you're going to be. So being 3 points off the top with Mourinho, if we can keep Kane and Son fit, you just never know. No.
I mean, you know, Kane, you know, he started scoring early this season because usually he's a slow starter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is generally. He doesn't like August, so
no.
Of course, starting the season later must have helped him out.
This is all a Daniel Levy plan. He's behind COVID just to make sure that we started the season not in August.
A little bit later.
Yeah. Just looking
Kane
at
loves playing Leicester as well.
He does, unfortunately. It came up the other day because, of course, at one point there's a famous picture of, I think it was Jesse Lingard, Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane all on the bench
for that playoff semi-final against Watford.
Yeah, I mean, what a lineup that was. You know,
I suppose it's not just us that bottle stuff now, is it?
No. I mean, you got me there. There's not a lot I can do there. I argue with about that. We did bottle it last year. It just went, and Leicester are a team that. We go out, you know, if you just said, like, you know, looking at this season, you're pretty much the same. You've got the Europa League. We've got the Europa League, which is supposed to be the curse of most teams that are in it. Wolves seemed to prove last season that it wasn't a curse. We're both in it. We're both qualified. We're both doing well. But it's, you know, where we are right now, with the injuries that we've had, as speaking from Leicester, we have had, and I hate to blame injuries, but we have had a lot. It's a fact. You know, it's not a bad start for the season for Leicester. And, you know, you look at it and, like, you know, there's been, 4 or 5 different teams sat up at the top.
Yeah, it's been a really, really interesting season. You say about the Europa League, obviously, before we lost to Liverpool, we were sitting on top. I believe I saw this stat where... every single no deal.
Deal or no deal.
Every single side that was top of the league in the top 5 European leagues were currently all in the Europa League.
Yeah. I know it is totally the weirdest season, you know, but
it's been the weirdest year.
It has, hasn't it? It totally has. You must have been happy with getting the Europa League, of course, because your season wasn't going that well, really. For a club like Tottenham, last season, you could have said it was a disappointment, although was it Mourinho bedding himself in?
Well, he came in when we were 14th. Most people forget that. We were 14th. We were struggling mid-November. Daniel Levy made, in my opinion, the right choice because Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, 14th in the league. It's not good enough. So he made the smart move, the savvy move, got Mourinho in. and you got us to 6th. But if you're handing sides like Chelsea, Manchester United, 15, 20-point head starts, where do you expect to be?
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned earlier, that you always seem to do well against Leicester. I mean, since both teams have sort of been formed, we've played 113 times. You certainly got the better of us with the 57 wins compared to our 36. But if you take that into the Premier League era, we've played 28. That's a lot tighter. You've only won one more than we have.
Still one more.
You're still confident, are you? You're still confident it's going to be an easy win for you tomorrow?
This is going to bite me back. I know it is, but
No.
yeah.
I won't. I'm just going to just say nobody's watching this, so just say it, and I won't call you Tim Sherwood or anything like that if it comes back and bites you.
I'd probably be a better manager than Tim Sherwood, just to say. Yeah, I am feeling confident. Result aside, we played well against Liverpool. Probably gave Liverpool their biggest fright of their Anfield run. I mean, if Bergwijn takes that chance and buries it,
maybe not as big a fright as Aston Villa gave them, but I don't think any of us could believe that. But it would be remiss of me. It really, really would if I don't bring. There are a couple of comments about this, but remiss of me if I just didn't bring this one up that I found the other day.
what have you got against Spurs?
Sorry?
What have Leicester fans got against Spurs?
I've got to be totally honest with you. Not a lot. I never really disliked Tottenham. I think it all started when we did win the league that season. The "We're coming for you" chant. I mean, that was the biggest. Let's shoot ourselves in the foot, sort of ever. I mean, I'm still waiting. I mean, if you can let me know when you're coming, I've brought my diary along.
We've overtaken you.
No, you've not, because you've not won it yet. But I've got my diary, so just let me know and I can check and make sure we're in when you come for us. Come back at the end of the season when you've actually won it. Then you've come for us. And Harry Kane, he's one of those players. Like I say, Harry Kane always scores against us, and I think. Personally, I can't stand the guy. I love him as a person because I think he does a lot and he's very good with you see him on YouTube do some nice things with sort of Spurs fans and what have you. And when he's playing for England, obviously, of course, that's a different manner. But I just think it is the fact that he does always seem to bag a few against us.
Yeah, you and Arsenal, he has a particular liking to. Might have something to do with the fact that he was on the bench for the playoff semi-final. Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, yeah. I mean, the point there, like Jose at the moment, he is a bit of a Marmite manager, and as it was a good point that they made on TalkSport, which was like whilst they're winning, you won't care how he plays you as long as you are winning. When the fans come back in, if it does start to go wrong, it could be different. It could be different. But what are you hoping for this season?
Going back onto the fans, I don't think we'll see fans this season anyway. I think that'll be that. I mean, we'll only get the odd couple of thousand. When it goes up and down.
Yes.
So I don't think that'll have a big bearing on Mourinho this season. Obviously, you've got to be targeting a trophy. Got Stoke away this Wednesday coming. So that's a great chance to have a semi-final. 2 matches away.
That's in the Carabao Cup, is it?
That's in the Carabao Cup. We have a very good record against Stoke.
We've actually got Stoke in the FA Cup in January.
Yeah, and we've got Marine. So I'm more nervous about Marine than I am of Stoke.
Totally. I get, as a fan, that those banana skins.
That is the biggest banana skin you could ever imagine.
Yes.
Away from home, non-league side. It's going to be live on TV. Mourinho's not going to be risking any of the big boys. He might bring one or two with just to show them off at the end. But it's one of them that you just expect. I mean, if we come out of it winning 7 or 8-0, you think, what you should have done there was basically a bye.
Yeah. I mean, Leicester, we I'm totally with you on there. It's the sort of game that we cock up on, and we have done many times in the past. I was going to say hello to my daughter. Does she think I'm going to be writing the wills this week or what? Hello, Heather. But going back, this season, what is the minimum that you are demanding of Mourinho to deliver? What for him to deliver, and you say, he's good. We're going to stick with him going forward. What has he got to bring to the club? I know we can say a trophy, full stop, but deep down, what could it be? What can you think it could be?
Minimum, what I think we can achieve. I want a title challenge. I want us to be right up there come April, May, being in the hunt, 1 or 2 points behind, and if we can take an FA Cup.
Sorry, my finger slipped. Sorry.
I'm sure Harry Kane's boot will slip when he sticks one in the top corner this Sunday.
I know. I guess it's going to come and bite back on me. So if Jose brings you the Europa, if he gets you to second, I mean, he did that with Man United. Would that be good enough for Spurs fans?
It would. I think. Forget the Europa League. We've got a real chance for. Again, we've almost been given a bye into the last 16. We've got a nice.
We're very confident here, aren't we? We're very confident.
I am confident because that's almost the Mourinho still. You expect to win every game. It's not like but I want us to be challenging. I want us to be back where we were. See, I want us to be in the hunt. So. There's no point, finishing third and fourth, finishing 15, 20 points behind Liverpool. If we're in the hunt this year, it's something we can build on for next season under Mourinho. Because people say Mourinho wins in his second season. If he doesn't win anything this year, I'll just use the excuse. Well, it's his first full season, this was. So next season, we're winning everything.
Yes. Transfer window, and the January one is literally around the corner. How pleased were you? I mean, Leicester, we didn't go out and buy a lot. We were sort of quantity rather than quality. How happy were you with your transfer window, and what are you hoping for from the January window?
There's still pieces left to fill in the jigsaw puzzle, if that's the saying. Summer window was excellent in the end. It took a little bit of persuading. It was the loss to Everton that sort of made everyone at the club realise, excuse my language, shit, we're in trouble. Yeah. We're going to need to actually get out and spend some money. We brought in Doherty, Reguilon, been a great signing from Real Madrid. Bale, of course, who I expect to be involved. I think he might even start against you. So you're going to have to deal with Bale, Son, and Kane. So
that's coming up next is the Bale question. But do carry on.
Signing of the season, Højbjerg, 100%. He's been immense. Got Joe Hart's leadership there, and we got the backup striker in and a young centre back. So almost all the holes filled. We can get 1 or 2 in January. It's not an easy window to find quality out there, but Van Dijk was born in January. I suppose if you pay the money, the player will come.
Yeah. Interesting thing you said there. I just want to pick up on it briefly. Højbjerg was the signing of the window for you. Not Bale?
Bale, people say, what's Bale done at the moment? Well, he got the goal against Brighton, got the winner there. But he hasn't played consistent football for nearly 3 years. People are going to be thinking, you're just going to throw him straight in there and he's going to be scoring 20, 30 goals a season, 15, 20 assists. It's just not going to happen. It's going to take time. He needs to build up his match fitness. He's doing that in the Europa League, 60, 70 minutes here and there. I I would throw him in against Leicester because I think I don't think Bergwijn mentally will be right to play because of a few incidents that happened over the past couple of days. So yeah, he's back from illness apparently. So
is Bale going to be weighed? And it doesn't strike me as this sort of player, but is he going to be weighed down by the weight of expectations? Because, like you say, you're almost expecting it's Gareth Bale. He's going to come in. He's going to, score us a hat trick in every single game he plays and play 90 minutes and throughout. Is it going to be too much for him, or is it? Is he going to live up to the hype? Basically,
give it time and he'll live up because he's done it. He's done it. He's been there, done it. Scored one of the greatest goals ever, potentially, possibly the greatest in the Champions League final. So he doesn't shy away from the big moment, and in time, he's going to be a very, very important player for us because you think against sides like Everton, like you had, if you had a Gareth Bale that was fully fit, 0-0, 1-1, final 5 minutes, he's a genius when it comes to it, and you just know he can create a moment of magic.
I mean, you've got Bale, we've got Vardy. And I know when you did the opposition view questions for the website, LeicesterTillIDie.com/opposition view, which is the written version of the show, you were quite impressed with Fofana.
Yeah, I think this boy's going to be a star. I don't know how much you got him for in the summer.
30 odd million, I think it was.
30 odd million.
Yeah.
That looks money well spent. I think you've got your Harry Maguire replacement, especially while Soyuncu's out injured at the moment. But he just seems calm on the ball. He seems his positioning wise, he seems to be top notch. I just think you found yourself a player there, and it's just a shame something like Daniel Levy couldn't have snuck in and found it a bit earlier, because that seems to be something that he likes to do. But yeah, fair play. It's a very good signing.
Seem to pinch players from other teams at the last minute. I mean, we sort of identified him, and I couldn't get why there was other options, and it was dragging out, and it was the fact that Claude Puel was there, and he didn't want to sell him to his ex-club that had sacked him, and we could have gone for Tarkowski, etc. No, we stuck, and now you can see why. The guy's literally this week turned 20. It is a really good prospect. We'll come back to Fofana and the defence in a minute. Jamie Vardy up front, does he worry you? He's got to, hasn't he?
I'm more worried about. I'll tell you come kickoff. I'm worried more on the team selection, what Mourinho might pick, because he knows about Vardy, and that's. I'm thinking he may play Sanchez because of Vardy's pace.
Right.
And my personal view is, like many of Leicester fans' views on Jose Perez and many others, I don't think he's good enough.
Vardy?
Don't rate him. No, Sanchez.
Sanchez, sorry. I was going to say.
Yeah, Vardy is still firing it in, still has the pace. I can just see.
He does like playing the top six sides. He scores more goals, but that's probably because the sort of games that you guys play, you give him the space to play into, to run into. So, I don't know.
But Mourinho won't.
Well, not if he does his old on the buses trick and parks them across the back as he likes to do. Talking of the back, and we talked about Fofana just then and the defence. We have had major defensive problems. I mean, we've been having to play Ndidi in the back four against Sutton. We've had to play Christian Fuchs in defence. Love the guy to bits, and Brad you've probably seen in some of the chats that we've had, he's played more games this season than he's played sort of in the last 3 seasons put together. The guy literally, he's like the Duracell bunny, but the batteries are wearing down. And it's good news for Leicester fans, and it might not be as good news for Spurs fans. Castagna might be coming back into the game for the weekend. One of our summer signings who started off really well. And Amati, who is been a big miss. He's had a lot of injury problems, but excellent defender when he's on his day. And of course, Johnny Evans will be back after his 1 match ban. So literally there with Fofana, Castagna, Amati, and Evans. I mean, if that's the back 4, if he goes with the back 4, and we just need to play better with the back 4. Hey, it might be tighter than you're thinking.
It's going to be an interesting game. I do think we have enough firepower. I mean, you look at Kane and Son.
Larry, I love you, mate.
That's the best one I've heard. The thing is, though, we'd still find a way to score past you a lot because we always do.
I tell you what, you are going to definitely have to join us with Brad on the post match if we beat you.
And if we win, am I still invited?
No, you can pick up. Basically, I'm going to add you to the banned list. You're not even going to be able to comment on the show.
I can just see it now. Perez scoring the winner.
I take it. I don't get.
In the wrong end. In the wrong end.
No.
Can you imagine that? I love Perez even more.
I mean, we're coming up to the end of the show now. Let's end as we always do, obviously, with the old predictions. Now, as you probably, if you say, I know you've watched a few of the shows. We have some ex-players that predict our games with myself on the website LeicesterTillIDie.com, and they've gone for a mixed bag here. Steve Walsh, our defender's gone for 2-2. Steve Lynitz has actually gone for a 2-0 win to you. Ian Marshall has gone for a 2-1 win to you. Thanks, guys. I've gone for a 1-1. None of the Leicester end seem that confident, which is always, of course, when we're at our worst and our most dangerous. But come on, I mean, and you're probably going to say 5-0 or something. The confidence you've had tonight. What do you think? What score are you going to get? And I remind you of this, but I'm going to make a note of this.
We only score 5+ at Old Trafford, so.
Oh, you did against Leicester that time.
Yeah. 3-1.
3-1.
I think we'll burst
out. Leicester, of course.
Nah, to Spurs. Come on now.
Well, you never said. I mean, I just had to.
3-1 home side.
Kane hat trick by any chance?
I think Kane will get 1. Son will get 1, maybe Ndombele to grab another.
Yeah.
But I think Son will get a late one. Like we'll go 2-0 up, you'll pull 1 back, and we'll get the 3rd on the break.
I've always, when I've been doing the predictions, I can't ever bring myself to predict a loss. A draw is the closest I come to predicting against my team. And it has been the defence that has worried me this season, basically, because we haven't had one. But, if we have got, I say Evans is coming back in. He was a big miss against Everton. And if we've got Castagna, and I'll be more than happy to see Amati come back in as well. So, yeah, I might get my 1-1. We might just Vardy sneak in like a goal in the 94th minute and taking your corner flag out as well.
Wouldn't surprise me with Spurs.
And I've got to say this thing. I'm sorry, you can never have too much of that. That is almost up there with the Arsenal fan having a rant the other night on YouTube. But Ryan, I'd wish you all the best, but I wouldn't mean it at all. I
would say it's a pleasure being on the show, but same here. I wouldn't mean it.
Yeah, but no, hey Ryan, thanks very much for joining us, mate.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the banter. and forgiving it as well. And they say the result doesn't matter as long as it's a fair game. It's bollocks that.
Yeah, it's bollocks. It's total bollocks. You got to win.
Bollocks, isn't it? We both want to win.
Good guys, they never win. So expect a few bit of Mourinho, tactical stuff, anything to win.
It's all about the points, isn't it? Ryan, mate, I'm not going to say good luck. Good luck for the season after Sunday. Maybe catch you on the return leg when that comes round. You stay safe.
I think it's last day of the season, isn't it, Leicester? Away. I think we got your last game.
To be honest with you, I daren't plan anything more than a month in advance because I don't think until we know what's going on, what games are going to be played when, because if there's still no crowds by the end of the season, still under these different tiers, we'll all be on the telly again. But anyway.
The title parade in Leicester come May.
You better believe it. Ryan, all the best, mate. Thanks for joining us and take care. Cheers now. Look after yourself. That was Ryan. Good sport there. Took the banter in good stead. And he still hasn't got one of those. Has not got one of those. We've got one. We've got the same amount as Liverpool. What can you say? Look, guys, it's been a laugh. But seriously, we need to get back to winning ways. We need those 3 points if we're going to stay in the title race. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Don't forget, you can catch us all over social media. They're coming up in a minute. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and the website, LeicesterTillIDie.com. And if you want to listen to us rather than watch me, and I don't blame you, Spotify, Apple iTunes, Anchor, as well as Google. Take care, guys. Stay safe. And remember, I will see you on Sunday night with Brad, and who, of course, don't forget that Brad is our hot stuff here on the channel. So he's the one for the ladies, Brad. So he'll be here post-match, 40 minutes odd after the final whistle. Give us all a chance to either calm down or have a drink if we're celebrating. But whatever you're going to do out there, guys, please stay safe, and we'll see you Sunday night or late Sunday afternoon. Take care now. Goodbye.
Hi, this is Chris from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Don't do anything I wouldn't enjoy. Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Shut up and sit down.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.